Celtics today, I asked you a question and you guys answered. I had you respond to my pinned tweet with the word bang if you wanted Celtics today to go live tomorrow afternoon, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're going live tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Going to be talking about the NBA Finals, Kristaps Porzingis, and everything above. But I need to get attendance. Who is going to be joining us tomorrow afternoon to talk about the NBA Finals and your favorite NBA team? Go ahead and like this video for me. I promise you are not going to be disappointed, but let's go ahead and get this show started, shall we? What's going on, Celtics fans? Welcome to Celtics Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Allie Barefoot, and this is Kristaps Porzingis and what he had to say about his injury update. Yes, we have actually heard from Tingus Pingus himself. But not only him, Joe Mazzulla also went on the radio show today and discussed what he knows about Kristaps Porzingis, because this is the only thing I am worried about heading into the NBA Finals, is whether or not KP is going to help the Celtics get that ring. Here's what Joe Mazzulla had to say. I'm not sure. I don't know yet. Which, honestly, this is all he's been saying, so I'm not surprised he started off with this. But he wanted to say he ramped it up a bit on the court. I do know he's working really, really hard. But there are a couple shoot-arounds where he hasn't been with the team, but he has been one-on-one and kind of ramping up the intensity level of it, so I know he's getting better and better. And that's great, because Joe Mazzulla has said this from day one. KP wants to make a rapid recovery, but there also is a huge implication that maybe he could re-aggravate that calf strain, because calves are extremely finicky. So it is good to know that Joe Mazzulla is trying to update us with as much as he knows. But I want to hear from KP himself. Thankfully, the Latvian unicorn tweeted out in Latvian, I guess. So we had to translate it. So don't worry. I'm not even going to try to read this. This is what he said. Thank you to everyone who supports and sympathizes throughout the season. I'll be back in line soon. See you in the finals. And then in the arena with your own. Of course, he's playing for his team this summer in the Olympics. But this is what I'm worried about. See you in the finals? Hello? Is he RSVPing to a party right now by saying, see you in the finals? Because I'm not telling my best friend, see you later, if I'm not going to see him later. But maybe that's just me. So maybe Kristaps just wants to maybe calm the nerves of some Celtics fans, or maybe he's saying, you know what? I'm feeling good. Got about 8 days off. Is he ramping up a little bit more than expected? Then Joe Mazzulla even knows. Is he hinting at returning in the NBA Finals by saying, see you in the finals? We're just going to have to wait and find out. But if anything does happen, if Kristaps does want to tweet anything else out, we're going to talk about it right here on Celtics Today by Chat Sports. But I have one question for you guys, because I'm going to be honest. I keep hearing we're optimistic. I keep hearing he's ramping up. He's working really hard. While I believe all of that, I'm a little bit worried that this injury may be a little bigger than we originally thought. So I'm going to type Y for yes down low. Go on ahead and type Y for yes, type in for no. Let me know what you guys think about KP's injury. But next, I'm going to shift this narrative here to what the media has been saying about the Boston Celtics. Because let me tell you, it hasn't been that positive. They're not really pleased with the Celtics right now, which is blasphemy to me. So I'm going to break down what I've been seeing and what I think about this. But first things first, I do want to tell you guys about Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in America. And let me go ahead and tell you guys why I play it every single day. Why? Because I can turn $10 into $1,000 in a single game watching my favorite sports this summer. And the beauty of it is that it takes less than 60 seconds to make my lineup. All I have to do is pick more or less on a 2 to 6 player stat projections, and I'm locked in. I'm ready to go. And what's even better is that they're not biased. You can actually mix and match all of these different players and projected stat lines in one entry. So even when the finals are over and the hoops action will not stop on Prize Picks, women's basketball is just now getting started. And of course, you got young stars in there like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and of course, Sabrina Ionescu. So here are my Prize Picks for today's games. I do have Sabrina and Kelsey Plum having more than 5.5 three-pointers combined. They're both averaging about 3 three-pointers right now, so hopefully that's a good one. But actually, the Luka pick is going to be for tomorrow night's Game 5. I have Luka having more than 3.5 three-pointers made after I saw him nail one from half court in prime seconds in the final moments of Game 4. I'm like, Yeah, he's going to go crazy tomorrow. And then I have Aaron Judge having at least one home run. I did get a nice little promotion here from PrizePicks saying that if I do have a selection in my entry of just one home run that is good, they're going to give me a little extra on my payout. So why not earn a little extra cash? This is why I play PrizePicks. You guys can too. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use that promo code CLNS for a first-time deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. I promise it's that easy with quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and projected stat types. That's why I play PrizePicks. Find out why you guys do too at prizepicks.com/CLNS. All right, let's talk about this negative narrative that's been going on with the Boston Celtics. And I'm talking about major NBA media outlets have just been asking insane questions, in my opinion, questioning the effort from the Celtics, questioning the performances, and how well they actually are as a team. And I don't understand why. What more do the Boston Celtics need to do to prove they're a legit team? Well, I guess the answer is win the NBA Finals, because when you look at what they've done already in this postseason, they went 10-1 without their starting center. I saw a narrative this morning saying, oh, they're completely healthy. Who is? We haven't played with Kristaps Porzingis since round 1. They're 12-2 in the NBA playoffs. They won 6 games by 10-plus points. They won 3 games by 20-plus points. And the first team to clinch the Eastern Conference, the conference finals bid, and the finals bid as well. Not to mention they lead all NBA postseason teams in the plus-minus. They're dominating. Yeah, there have been some close games. Yeah, they've played injured teams. But my goodness, these are just 5 excuses that I've seen so far. And let me tell you, every time I get on Twitter, I find a new excuse. And it is an excuse. Tatum isn't doing enough. Easiest path to the finals. They beat bench players like TJ McConnell and Aaron Nesmith. JB and JT haven't been tested. Oh, if Ime Udoka was still here, we would already have a ring. Okay, first of all, he was here. We didn't win a ring. Tatum isn't doing enough. Averaging a double-double isn't doing enough. Having 4 votes for Eastern Conference Finals MVP isn't doing enough. Easiest path to the finals. The Indiana Pacers, not an easy team. Tyrese Halliburton did get injured, but they're not an easy team. Cleveland Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell and Jared Allen were injured, not an easy team. Miami Heat, easier, but not an easy team. They beat bench players. There's still the NBA, guys. Doesn't matter if Al Horford doesn't start. He volunteered to come off the bench. Does that mean people aren't afraid to play Al Horford? No. JB and JT haven't been tested. I'm not even going to acknowledge that. There are so many narratives to the point where Celtics players are actually tweeting out, what are y'all talking about? Here's my favorite one that came out today, is that they were talking about Jason Tatum wasn't happy for Jaylen Brown. They showed a picture of him smiling and said, that's not happy enough for me. O'Shea Brissett commented back and said, they have to be bored at this point to really bring up this junk. It's gotten out of hand. And I don't know what the Celtics have to do, because the Celtics see this. Joe Mazzulla talked about how the team actually sees this negative narrative, but they don't care. They don't care. That's the good part. Joe Mazzulla did say, regardless of the path that we've been on, if you don't take care of business, there will be a reason why. And if you do take care of business, there will be a reason why. He's talking about you blow a team out. Oh, well, it's the easiest path to the finals. You win in overtime. You should be blowing these teams out. Oh, my gosh. When are they going to be satisfied? The only way to shut them up is to win the NBA Finals. They even have other NBA players talking about this because it's gotten so out of hand. DeMarcus Cousins, Boogie, even commented, and I love what Boogie said here. I'm confused as to now why we expected them to have more of a challenge throughout this run. It's been called since day one. They were going to sweep through everything and come out of the East. That's exactly what they did. We did everything they wanted. The best record in the NBA. I know I say we as if I'm on the team, but you get what I'm saying. The Boston Celtics had the best record in the NBA. They clinched the playoffs in March. They won round 1 and 5. They won round 2 and 5. They won round 3 and 4. They're not it. They don't have it. They can't take Luka. They can't take Anthony Edwards. What? We haven't even gotten there yet. Allow the negative media to do this, and they're going to have to win. They have to win because, in my opinion, it's championship or bust this year. It has to be. There is too much money on the table. Brad Stevens has crafted the most perfect roster that he can, and there has to be a championship ring this season. And that is the unfortunate truth. Because there is no secret that if they don't win, there is going to be a riot. There is going to be so many media members, so many fans calling for change. Oh, fire Joe Mazzulla. You can't afford two of the best players in the NBA. You just pay Drew Holiday. Who else are you going to pay? It would be a warfare to have the Celtics not win Banner 18 this season. And so it is the unfortunate truth that the only way to shut them up is to win the NBA Finals. And I absolutely think they can do that. 4 more games until they possibly hang up Banner 18. But I know you guys have been seeing it as well. I actually had somebody tweet out at me saying, can you talk about this? Can you bring this up? Because this is getting so crazy to this point that the Celtics have received, in my opinion, little to no positive media since they have won in the NBA postseason. What's the wildest take you guys have heard about the Celtics postseason run so far? Go ahead and comment it down below. And like I said, we will be live tomorrow afternoon. I did not want to wait 9 days to have to see you guys on a watch party. So I did want to go on ahead and talk to you guys, talk about the finals, talk about the injury update, talk about everything. We will be live tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So with that being said, I want you guys to do one more thing for me. Go on ahead and hit that sub button for me. That way you guys can be notified when we go live. You can comment with us, and you can have a great time on our live as well. So all you guys have to do to be completely informed is go on ahead and hit that sub button for me.